Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Many women have a maintenance man. And real quick, before I get into that, I gotta say something. And it was a comment I guess it was a young lady made on my video yesterday about not telling the men wrong and stuff. Women don't want a broke man. I ain't say nothing in there about being broke. In fact, I've never talked about being broke. Anybody who try to say I say men can get women without spending money, you notice I never say anything about being broke. I wouldn't have a whole money channel if that was the case. What I specifically say about money, I say make the money for yourself. And if you spend, don't hand it to a woman unless she earns it. Now, if she earned it or something, that's different. But, she do some stuff, so you say, hey, let me take you out someplace, let me buy you something, after she earns it. But I've said, and especially like on Saturdays on this channel, when I talk about being a sovereign man, I say you gotta have money. Look, I'm gonna just say just in general, don't make any comments about anything on my videos until you watch the whole thing. Don't assume anything until you watch the whole thing. Don't go by just the title or whatever. Watch the whole video. And like even with this video, because yesterday I said I was going to talk about maintenance men. Now, the maintenance man, his sole job is to give women that pipe. His sole job, to maintain her sexual needs. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. That's why he's a maintenance man, maintaining. Now, here's the interesting thing. Now, of course, you get some women saying, well, you got to take me to dinner. You got to take me to all of that. Understand one thing with women. Despite what they say, they'll have multiple men. They'll have multiple men. They'll have, in fact, they might even in their phones list the men according to what they do. They might have one man to take them to work, drive them to work. I actually knew a young lady like that. She was very beautiful and very gay too. But she was so beautiful, men would like go out their way to do stuff for her. She was gay though. And last I heard, she was engaged to another very beautiful young lady. But that's what the guys, she has some guys who are going to spend some money on her. And you got a lot of women like that. They'll have, in fact, I even did a video on that one time. I'll see if I can find it, put it in the description box. That general subject, one of my older videos. But women will have different men for different things. But one of the men they will have is that maintenance man. And understand some of the maintenance man. His job is not to take her out. He don't need... She got other men to take her out, take her to dinner and stuff, and, take her out on the town. She'll have another man that she might be talking to. Notice I said talking to for a relationship, right? And then, another man just to move some stuff around. In fact, when men allow themselves to be put in the friend zone, usually they serving some purpose. There might be a man in there just for the woman just to vent on, have, emotional things. She can talk about the other men who are dogging her out. But yeah, women have multiple men, but this car video going to just talk about the maintenance man. Now, here's the interesting thing with the maintenance man. As Master Teacher BGS would call them, the 12 to 5 man, 12 midnight to 5 a.m. men. I remember when I was living over in Edgewood, Maryland, had a house, and I remember had a neighbor right across the street. And, get up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom or something, look out the window. I would see a truck parked over there. It'd always be after midnight. But then I had to get up early in the morning to go to work. Because, one of my 1,000 jobs at that particular time was when I had to be on the job at 6 o'clock. So I would get up and look out the window. That truck wouldn't be there anymore. And that truck would be there constantly. And she actually gave that vibe like, yeah, she could just be down for a dude just stroking her. In fact, there was a couple married men on my street trying to get with her, but we're not going to get into that. But that's a maintenance man. Shoot. Like, they'll have that one guy they talking to, but, they hold him back for sex and everything, but still have that man. In fact, I knew this one young lady. She said a man should understand that while she's single, she got other men that she fucking. And a man shouldn't have, she actually said that. A man shouldn't have a problem with that. And I would tell a guy, you meet a woman, she might not say she has a man. And she might not. Notice I emphasize the word might. But then she might have a maintenance man. And indeed, you get some women, they'll have a maintenance man when they're not in a regular relationship. And shoot, some women, even when they married, they got a maintenance man. Because you got a lot of women, depending on where they are, they'll tell you straight up. Their husband is just their roommate. They don't have sex with them anymore. But they still getting some from somewhere. And usually they don't have to take them out, especially if they got somebody. Shoot, they need that man for one thing alone. In fact, they might even tell that man, it's like, you see me in public, act like you don't know me. Act like you don't know me. The woman will tell the man that because he's only there for one thing. And he better not catch feelings. He's there for maintenance. He's there to do the job. He just need to make sure all his parts are working. And he make her scream and everything. Now, I know some guys like, oh, women wouldn't do that. Get off that fantasy. And for the women, ladies, come on now. Don't. Y'all know y'all do it. Just laugh and just whatever. Like the video, whatever. Don't say anything. Don't make me call you out. Come on now. Because it was women who broke that maintenance man game down for me. Sure. And y'all know y'all don't. Like any women watching, y'all know y'all don't need that man for anything emotional. Y'all got another man on the list for that. Y'all got a man y'all can talk to. Man, take you to dinner. And man, gonna make you holler. Make you see the great pumpkin. Like I said, see that video where I talked about that 5 types of men, women will have. Not 5 types of sex, 5 types of men that they'll have. I think that was the type of man that... I've done so many videos on here, but I'll have some in the description box. Definitely check it out. And shoot, part of it is shadow world, because they ain't gonna let anybody know. I don't care who it is. They could be church ladies. That still got that maintenance man. They can have whatever. And like I said, even married. Because I lost count of how many married women I met who said to me, looked me dead in the eye and said to me, oh, well, yeah, I'm married, but he's just like a roommate. Sometimes couples, they get together, stay together for whatever reason. Shoot. Wait, let me slow down a bit. Popo over here. I think dude just be over there chilling. He know people gonna see him once they come over this hill or something. Oh man. But I'm gonna tell you what though. It is what it is. I mean, you could say it's a part of the shadow world, because that's definitely in the shadows. It's more than just cheating. I mean, it ain't gonna be like that maintenance man ain't gonna take her out. Oh, and here's something else too, because you know how a lot of guys think, well, it's got to be a guy, Chad or Tyrone. Man, that dude could be bone ugly. She ain't going out well. In fact, I did, I think it was on Patreon. Y'all know how I do stuff on Patreon. I did something on my Patreon talking about that. How some women, shoot, they'll go doggy style, not because they necessarily like the position, but they don't want to look at the man. Shoot, they don't want to have any type of connection with him. They'll have their eyes closed, butt waving in the air and stuff. All that, and then have some guy doing them doggy style, then tell the guy to leave. Shoot. They might be the one telling me, okay, you finished, get on out. Seriously, they can be cold-blooded. Be like a walking dildo for them and stuff. Walking, talking dildo. And shoot, and please, that's a whole other conversation, talking about women who using dildos out here. That sex toy business is big for a reason. But seriously, they'll find that man, and he don't, look, here's the thing with him. The maintenance man, he don't have to look like some fashion model. He don't have to look good. In fact, a lot of times he don't. Because the woman ain't trying to deal with him long term anyway. He don't have to have money. What do he need money for? All he had to do is come over to her place. Sometimes she might go over to his place. He might be living in a poor neighborhood with an air mattress. She'll go over to his place. And as I said at the beginning of this, I ain't telling you to be broke. I'm just saying what happens. Shoot. They just need you to be quiet. That's why a lot of women look for discreetness. That's why I said, even on this video, a lot of women will tell me some stuff and they be like, Rom, you ain't gonna call my name. You ain't gonna tell people about this, all right? Shoot, y'all be surprised what I've had to keep quiet just because I promised the lady I wouldn't say anything. And for those ladies who asked me about that, don't worry, I still haven't called your name. I haven't said anything. I'm talking in general. This don't got nothing to do with what y'all do. This don't got nothing to do with that. I've been seeing that maintenance man thing for a while. Shit, been a maintenance man a whole lot of times. Like I said, you don't have to have money. You don't have to have looks or status. You don't have to have none of that. She ain't going out in public with you. Think about that for a second. Because some guys be thinking it's all some public thing. Nah. If all she need is the man to come over to her place and do her well, and do her with some discreetness, indeed, shoot, she might be working with him or something, or see him in some other social place where she can see him all the time. Because she might look at him and say, she might be discreet, say, hey, okay, are you discreet? She might even check him out for a while. Shoot. I remember this woman I worked with at this place. I'll never forget that. She said she was looking at all these people cheating at this particular place, or as she called it, a den of iniquity. And I said, nah, if I did anything like that, I'd be quiet. She looked me dead in the eye and said, you be the man I cheat with. Then her husband came to pick her up later. See, that maintenance man, shoot, he could be the side man, or he could just be a man. You got some of these women out here talking about they single. It's like this, I'll call out this dude's name, Russell Price. He's in the D.C. area, older brother. Really wrote some stuff on relationships, and he learned a lot because he used to be a police officer in PG County. So he said most of the stuff he was doing was dealing with relationships. And I remember, I never forget what he said. And I haven't seen any disagreement with him. He said, all women have a man. And this is what he said. He said, all women have a man. He specifically said, he ain't qualified either. He said, all women have a man, but all don't have a man they can take out with them. Meaning, that maintenance man, that's usually what he is, but they can't be out in public with him. And especially you get some women more upper class and stuff, they'll have a maintenance man, but for whatever reason they can't take them to like that ball or anything. Or they can't be around, take them around their work friends or something like that. Now, I don't know about the all piece. I don't go in extremes like that, but that's what he had said. That's what he had said. All women have a man, they just all don't have a man that they can take out with. And some women will look for that. And I'm going to tell you, some women will do this, right? They'll have that maintenance man, and then they get that man in a relationship, and they'll let the maintenance man know and say, yeah, I'm just dealing with this guy for a while. Now, most maintenance men will be cool about it. Say, oh, okay, because he got about 3 or 4 other women anyway. So he say, all right, and give a good relationship. I mentioned Master Yao a lot. I never forget what he said. He said the average relationship now lasts in 3 months. Shit, the maintenance man will wait 3 months. He'd be like, all right, because he got his other women anyway. He ain't catching no feelings. He know what the deal is. He'd say, all right. He'd chill out, just wait a bit. And then, he'll come, she'll call him up and say, hey, what you doing? It ain't even a hey big head thing. It'd be like, hey, can you come over? And the dude be like, oh, okay. I guess you ain't with him no more, huh? It's like, nah, it didn't work out. You'd be like, I ain't think it would. Shit. Sometimes sometimes a maintenance man be dealing with the woman. He already know. Like I said, he knows she gonna be doing some stuff. You can get that call once a month. Shit. Well, sometimes, speaking of once a month, I know about this woman cheating on her husband. She cheat with this guy once a month. Once a month. Get with him and stuff. Shit, some women might have a maintenance man in another country. Remember, I was talking about sex tourism yesterday. Have Dexter down in the Bahamas or something, swinging his joint. That's some real talk, though. And like I said, these women they'll try to see. Here's the thing, though. I guarantee you show this to any woman, depending on where you stand, if you her maintenance man, she gonna be like, yeah, we ain't saying nothing new. Or she open enough with you, she be like, he ain't saying nothing new. But you get some of these women, they want some of these guys to like take them out, spend money on them, or they looking at a man as marriage material. They're like, oh, he's crazy. What's he talking about? Might even try to hit me up under another name, though. Say, shh, you gotta be quiet about that. What I gotta do? I'll suck that dick for you. You gotta be quiet about that. I wish I was joking about that part. Oh, man. But many women got it, and it's for a very simple reason. They like sex. I'll be talking about that in a sit-down video next week. They like sex. They want sex. They want that hot beef injection. A lot of guys be looking, believe it or not, a lot of guys looking more for the relationship from a woman. The woman ain't taking that joint that seriously. She like, shit, nah, she just wants some good every now and then. Some good. She want that good every now and then. And don't want the guy to be tripping. Shit. Like I said, they can be in a relationship sometime, be riding in your car or something. Their man called them up, and then they be like, shh. Tell you to be quiet, or you sitting over at their house. They be like, shh. Oh, man. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie, I've been that maintenance man a few times. That's how I know some stuff. That's how you got to be. Now, I know some dudes and some people try to act like, oh, I wouldn't. First of all, roll your eyes or take it with a grain of salt if a woman say she ain't did it. And for the men, don't get mad. I'm just telling you what's happening out here. Now, shoot, don't think for a second. Don't think for a second they don't have somebody. Now, that somebody might not be serious with you, but they'll have somebody. It's rare. I'm going to just say it's rare that I've run into women who just from talking with them, from their body language, from everything about them, I didn't think had a maintenance man. But very rare. Other ones, I just be like, shoot. Sometimes women, they, even if they don't get some D in them, even if they ain't getting a guy, like that thing with work husbands, women be a little bit extra with the hugs on the job and everything, back rooms, offices, slobbing somebody down, even though they live with somebody, oh, they be doing some stuff. And it just is, just understand, they love that, they gotta get that thing. And see, here's like I said, they don't got nothing to do. The dude don't have to look like he's some fashion model. He definitely don't have to have money. Because he ain't taking her out. And status, shoot, she don't want to show. If he got some status, that don't matter. Shoot, she having sex with him. She don't want the world to know. She does not want the world to know. It is what it is. Any woman got that guy. As a man, you just gotta determine where you at. But like I said yesterday, if you understand a woman's nature and stuff, then you can use it to your advantage. You know they want sex. You know they want you to be kind of discreet about what they doing. Yeah, to make that sharp turn. You know, this Bama is mine. Let me go right here. I got pull right here. Everybody park where I need to go. Anyway, right? It is what it is. I mean, like I said, you don't get mad because of it. It is what it is. It's in the shadows. You don't get mad. You just deal with it. Just say, okay. Like that. Anyway, right? That's all I got for today. And remember, I'll just say the maintenance man be getting a lot of work. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.